If you love thrillers, mysteries, or anything with insane plot twists and a little bit of chaos, make sure to stick around for this video because you are going to want to add these books to your TBR. So I started watching that Netflix show $1 Million Secret, where it's basically a group of like 12 people on this really nice estate together. One of them is secretly a millionaire and the rest are trying to suss out who it is and vote them out so that they can get the money for themselves. And as I was watching it, I was like, wait, I am going to need books with this exact energy. So if you're like me and you're watching this show and you're like, I really need books that are just like this, I've got you. In this video, I'm going to be sharing book recommendations where no one can be trusted. Everyone is hiding something and you are constantly trying to figure out who is lying. Hello book besties, welcome back to my channel. If I'm a new face to you, my name is Lauren, aka Lauren Page Reads here on YouTube, but also on Instagram and TikTok. If you are new here, I post weekly book content for you to enjoy, so make sure that you're subscribed to my channel and that you've rung the bell. All of the books are linked in the description of this video. Thank you in advance for helping support a small content creator. Also, you guys are gonna be so proud of me. So proud of me. Instead of throwing this random list at you, I have organized this list by vibe because there are different parts of $1 Million Secret that hit differently, and I wanted to include different books for those different vibes based on what your favorite part of $1 Million Secret is. So we are talking books where everyone is trapped together, books that feel like a social game, psychological mind games, and books where people are absolutely not who they say they are. So let's get into it and start with the ones that feel most like the show. The Guest List. This one is about a super glamorous wedding set on this remote island, and everything, you know, as per usual, looks perfect on the surface. But we super sleuths know that is not always the case. Lucy Foley does what she does best and gives us multiple perspectives. And when you start getting these multiple perspectives, you start to realize that every single person here at this wedding is hiding something. And then somebody ends up dead. Dead. Steal the show, why don't you? So the whole book is basically figuring out what happened and who you can actually trust. It's giving Agatha Christie, but modern day. Next up is An Unwanted Guest. This book follows a group of strangers who are staying at a very cozy but very isolated hotel. And then a snowstorm hits. Yeah, like so chill. And then they're completely cut off from the world. Cause like in $1 Million Secret, you can't have phones or anything. So kind of similar. See where I'm going with it? Okay, but the difference between the show and this book, in this book, people start dying one by one. Well, I guess people do leave one by one and are voted off. But anyways, so in this book, it starts like as people are dying off one by one, are being killed, it really starts to hone in on the whole, oh my gosh, it is somebody in the group. There can't be that many coinkydinks. So the tension in this book just keeps building because you don't know who is behind it. Oh my gosh, you guys. The Club. Ugh. This one I feel like also really gives off the $1 Million Secret vibes super well because this book is set at a super exclusive, very elite members only club where celebrities and influencers go. And it's all extremely luxurious and very curated. But behind the scenes, there is a lot of mess, a lot of secrets, and a lot of power plays happening. And then of course, something goes horribly wrong. We wouldn't be reading the book if it hadn't. Finally, another one that immediately came to mind when I was thinking about $1 Million Secret was The Woman in Cabin 10. Yeah, I know that one's kind of like a thriller classic at this point, and if you haven't read it yet, it's probably already on your TBR, but I want to reiterate how good this book is. This book follows a journalist who goes on a luxury cruise to cover it for her newspaper magazine situation. She thinks she has witnessed something super disturbing happen because she thinks she witnessed somebody being thrown overboard. But when she reports it, everyone is basically like, that person doesn't exist. Are you okay? So for the whole book, she's trying to figure out what actually happened while being stuck on a boat with these insane rich people. Now, if your favorite part of $1 Million Secret was watching people form alliances and actually play the games, these books should be on your TBR. The Inheritance Games is a YA series that's about a girl who unexpectedly inherits this massive fortune from a billionaire that she's never actually met. But there is a catch. She has to move into his mansion, which is full of puzzles and riddles. Oh, and all the while, his family is still living there and is not happy about it. So it turns into this whole game of strategy and secrets and trying to figure out why she was even chosen in the first place. In our next book, The Family Game, we follow a woman who becomes engaged, but her fiance belongs to an extremely wealthy family. This family is really intense. They have all of these unsettling traditions that feel like games, but they're really not games. As she gets pulled deeper and deeper into their wild world, things start to feel more and more dangerous. And you are constantly trying to figure out what is the end goal? What could it possibly be? In The Social Climber, our main character is trying to reinvent herself just so that she can break into these elite social circles. And guys, she is so calculated about it. I could never do this. I'm not good at networking for this very reason. I can't do what she does in this book. She's making all these moves, building relationships, and definitely manipulating her way up the social ladder. Throughout the whole book, we are watching to see how far she's willing to go to get the life that she wants. Now, if you really like the element of mind games in $1 Million Secret, these are the books that you are going to want to add to your TBR. Rock, Paper, Scissors by Alice Feeney is about a married couple who goes on a trip to a remote location where they are going to try to fix their relationship. But from the very beginning, things feel off. You are getting different perspectives, and there are so many secrets that are being revealed to the point where it quickly becomes clear that not everything is as it seems. I'm sure we've all read this one too, because it's another thriller classic that was turned into a movie, you know, the whole thing, The Woman in the Window. In this book, we are following a woman who spends most of her time watching her neighbors from inside her house. And one day she thinks that she sees something super disturbing happen. But because of the situation that she's in, nobody believes her. So you are left constantly asking, constantly guessing if what she saw was real or not. Another one that is all about the mind games is Verity, because in this book, a writer is hired to finish the book of an author who can no longer write. But while she's staying at the author's house, she finds a manuscript that reveals some really disturbing secrets. And from there, everything spirals, gets super twisty, and everything about the situation becomes unsettling. So buckle up if you are reading that one first. And finally, for these mind games, I had to throw something super eerie in there, and that's why I picked The Last Session. This one is set at an exclusive therapy retreat center where a group of people will go to work through their trauma. But, you know, it's a scary thriller book, so things start to unravel really quickly and nothing goes as planned. There's secrets between the guests, tension builds, and the whole therapy session turns into something much darker than anyone thought it could ever be. And finally, I had to include a group specifically for the millionaires. Yes, or even for the people who are hiding what their jobs and actual lives are. Because this one is all about people who absolutely are not who they say they are. In The Family Upstairs by Lisa Jewell, a woman inherits a house that she's never seen before and starts uncovering what happened there years ago. And then she starts digging even deeper. And the deeper that she digs, guys, the more she realizes how many secrets were buried in the family that used to live in the house. Things are pieced together really slowly along the way, and that makes it even more layered. Seriously, with this book, you need to have 24 hours cleared and be okay without sleeping through the night, because you will be up reading and finishing this book. The Body Next Door. Oof. You know, this one sounds really morbid, and I'm really sorry about that. I love a good suburban setting. I love the little charm of having, you know, all of these neighbors around you and then something dark happens, because everything seems so normal on the surface. But that is when secrets between neighbors start to come out. As everything is unraveling, you start to realize how much is really hidden in plain sight. Okay. And then finally, the final book that gives $1 Million Secret vibes is One of Us is Lying. This book follows a group of students who all ended up in detention together, and then one of them dies, and the rest become suspects. Obviously. As you learn more about each of them, you start to realize each of them has something to hide and that they're all lying. If you love stories where you are constantly guessing and then second guessing and then even third guessing yourself and trying to figure out who is telling the truth, these are all of the books that will pull you in, just like how The $1 Million Secret sucks you in and you binge watch it all in one night. And honestly, I think that's exactly what makes $1 Million Secret so addictive and Netflix so smart for putting out a show like this. It feels like a social experiment. I don't think I would be good on the show. I would do horribly. I would be so sweaty because I get sweaty when I get stressed. If I was ever the millionaire, I would just be so freaking sweaty all the time. I would need all the deodorant, but you know, I can try to be a little bit like it with these books, and they just capture the same vibe in a little bit of a different way. So Netflix, please do not hit me up to get on that show. I will not do good. I'll have a great time. I just won't do good. But imagine if I won that $1 million. Imagine how beautiful my library would be. Okay, so Book Bestie, let me know in the comments what's a book that you read where you felt like you couldn't trust anyone in it. And if you want more book recommendations just like this one, make sure you have subscribed to my channel. That is all I have for you today, Book Bestie. So until next time, happy reading. Bye.